Yes, we just hit 152.
No way, that's huge.
We're on 50K.
Insane, man.
It was a quiet evening when Daniel received a message from his friend Alex. Just 3 simple words. Bro, I am rich. Daniel stared at his phone and sighed. He already knew what this was about. Crypto, but not just crypto. A meme coin. Alex had always loved shortcuts. The idea of turning a small amount of money into a life-changing wealth fascinated him, and meme coins promise exactly that. Alright, Daniel said calmly. What happened this time? Alex's voice exploded with excitement. You won't believe this, bro. I bought this new coin 2 days ago and it just pumped 400%. Wow! Daniel leaned back in his chair. What's this project about? There was silence. Then Alex laughed. Bro, it's a dog wearing sunglasses. Daniel rubbed his forehead. The crypto market had seen this movie before. A funny logo, a catchy name, a strong community, and millions of people hoping to get rich quickly. Alex continued, the coin is only 0.001 cents. If it reaches just $1, I will be a millionaire. Daniel asked a simple question. Do you know the market cap? Alex paused. No, but it is cheap, he replied. That was the first misunderstanding. Many beginners think cheap price means huge potential, but Daniel knew better. Price alone means nothing. Supply matters, market cap matters, but excitement was louder than logic. And Alex had already invested $1,000. For the first few days, everything looked like a dream. The coin exploded. Telegram groups were full of rocket emojis. Twitter was flooded with posts saying this was the next big thing. Influencers started talking about it. People shared screenshots of massive profits. Alex checked the chart every few minutes. His $1,000 turned to $2,500. Then $4,000. He called Daniel again. You see, this is why people get rich in crypto. Daniel smiled but said nothing. He had seen the pattern before. Behind every explosive pump, there are usually 2 groups of people, early buyers and late buyers. The early buyers accumulate quietly. The late buyers arrive during the excitement, and most of the time, they become exit liquidity. But Alex was not thinking about that. He was already imagining a new car, a new apartment, maybe even quitting his job. Then something subtle started happening. Large wallets began selling. Slowly, quietly, gradually. Not enough to crash the price immediately, just enough to take profits. But retail investors didn't notice. They were too busy celebrating. Buy the dip, diamond hands, to the moon. The community grew louder and louder. Then one night, the chart changed. And sudden drop. Minus 20%. Alex messaged Daniel instantly. Relax, he wrote. Just a correction. But the next morning, it dropped again. Another 30%. Now fear started spreading. The same people who were shouting to the moon yesterday were suddenly asking questions. Is the developer still here? Why are the big holders selling? Is this a rug pull? Within a few days, the excitement had disappeared. The price collapsed nearly 80%. Alex sat quietly in his room, staring at a screen. His $4,000 profit was gone. His $1,000 investment was now worth barely $250. He called Daniel again, but this time, his voice was different. What happened? Daniel didn't laugh. He simply explained something most new investors learn the hard way. Meme coins run on attention. When attention increases, the price explodes. When attention disappears, the price collapses. Alex asked the question many investors ask after a crash. So, are meme coins just scams? Daniel shook his head. No. And then he mentioned 2 famous examples, Dogecoin and Shiba Inu. Some early investors in those coins become millionaires, but Daniel explained the missing detail. They didn't buy during the hype. They bought before the world noticed. That is the difference. In every meme coin cycle, a small group enters early. A much larger group enters late. And the late group usually funds the profits of the early group. Alex finally understood something important. Meme coins are not traditional investments. They are closer to speculation, sometimes even gambling. Not because they are useless, but because their value depends mostly on attention, not revenue, not technology, not real-world adoption, just hype. Daniel gave Alex one final piece of advice. If you want to buy meme coins, treat them like high-risk bets. Only invest the money you can afford to lose. Take profits when the market is excited. Never fall in love with the coin. Alex nodded slowly, because the truth about meme coin is not simple. They can make people rich, but they can also wipe out portfolios overnight. And in the end, the real question is not whether meme coins are investment or gambling. The real question is, how are you treating them? If you got value in this short video, kindly like, share and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and let us meet in our next video.